A very good afternoon to you and welcome to Lunchtime News, coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. I'm Krishan Devasagayam and let's start off with a look at this afternoon's headlines. The Development Special Provisions Bill defeated at the Southern and Sabaragamuwa Provincial Councils. 3 killed in a motor accident in Vaunia, 2 killed in another accident in Maharagama. Delimitation report ready ahead of the local government elections. Japanese Prime Minister Abe and US President Obama to tour Pearl Harbor today. And in your lead story this afternoon, now the Development Special Provisions Bill, which was submitted to the Southern and Sabaragamuwa Provincial Councils for approval, has been rejected. At the Southern Provincial Council, the bill was rejected with a majority of 19 votes. 33 votes were cast against the bill, while 14 votes were cast in favour. Now, at the Sabaragamuwa Provincial Council, it was defeated by a majority of 7 votes. 20 votes were cast against the bill, while 13 votes were cast in favour. UPFA Provincial Councillors cast their votes against the bill, while UNP Provincial Councillors cast their votes in favour. Meanwhile, provincial councillors of the Ceylon Workers' Congress as well as the National Freedom Front were not present in the chamber at the time the vote was cast. Charges are being levelled that through the bill, provision is being created to appoint a super minister and that the powers of the provincial councils will thus be reduced. The bill was previously defeated at the Uber, Northern and North Central provincial councils. Now, will the presenting of the report on the delimitation process with regard to the provincial council elections be delayed? Subject Minister noted that although he is overseas, the process will not take longer than the scheduled time frame. However, speaking on the 7th of this month, Chairman of the Delimitation Committee Ashoka Piris noted that the report will be handed over to the Minister today.
We are due to present the committee report on the delimitation process to the Minister today. However, he is currently out of the country. The Minister has not provided us specific instructions as to who we should present the report to in his absence. Therefore, we need to go to the Ministry and arrive at a decision as to who we should hand over the report to, either the Acting Minister or the Minister Secretary. We will act based on the Minister's instructions. We have completed the report.
Now, News First contacted Minister of Local Government and Provincial Councils Faiza Mustafa in this regard. He noted that although he is currently abroad, the Acting Minister Priyankara Jayaratne or the Secretary to the Ministry will look into the handling of the report and will have no obstructions in this. Now, speaking to News First, the Minister added that following the handing over of the report, decisions could be reached upon the future course of action. Meanwhile, News First also contacted committee member of the Delimitation Committee, Attorney at Law Upal Kumara Peruma. Further, News First contacted the chairman of the Delimitation Committee, Priyankara Jayaratne. He says that no information has been noted that the report on the demarcation process will be handed over today. In more local news, health officials say children could be prone to wheezing owing to the cool climatic conditions being experienced these days. Specialist pediatrician Dr. Deepal Pereira said that a risk for children to contract a viral fever also exists.
With the cool climate, the number of wheezing cases among children are on the rise. Children also seem to be contracting coughs during the nights, which results in vomiting. The wheezing increases with the cough. In addition, the cold weather can also cause children to contract a viral fever.
In another headline-making story this afternoon, 8 people have been killed in motor accidents in the past 24 hours. A 50-year-old man was killed after the motorcycle he was riding crashed into a van in Vijayarajapura, Polonnaruwa. 3 people were killed and another injured after a pickup crashed into a truck in Madavachia early this morning. Our correspondent said that high speed was the cause for the accident. Meanwhile, 2 other people were killed when a car collided with a 3-wheeler in Maharagama last night. Police said that the car was travelling from Kottawa towards Maharagama when the 3-wheeler was driven across the road. The driver of the car has been taken into police custody. Another motorcyclist was killed in an accident in Banduraba-Baddegama last night. The victim, a father of 2, met with the accident while returning home after attending a party in the area. Meanwhile, an individual was killed after being knocked down by a train in Tambuttegama last evening. The incident took place last afternoon, where the man was knocked down by the Uttaradevi train that was travelling from Colombo to Kankasanturai. Police suspect that the victim was under the influence of liquor at the time of the incident. Further investigations are underway. Now, on a more somber note, the remains of the late Dr. Milina Sumatipala, the chairperson of the Sumati Group, was brought to her residence in Punchiboralla a short while ago. Dr. Milina Sumatipala passed away last evening at the age of 81 while she was receiving treatment at the intensive care unit of a private hospital in Colombo. Late Dr. Milina Sumatipala was the former president of the All Ceylon Buddhist Association's Congress. She was also the president of the Sri Lanka Neurology Trust Fund, and she held several other important positions in different organizations involved in religious and social welfare activities. Well, that brings us to the end of lunchtime news. Join us again at 1:55 for more of the very latest. I'm Prashant Devasagaya for News First.